Welcome back. In our top business story, stronger trade ties and investment relations between the UAE and the US were the focus of a meeting on Monday between the Minister of Foreign Trade, Her Excellency Sheikha Lubna Al Qasimi, and Deputy US Trade Representative Maria Sapiro. At the meeting, Sheikha Lubna urged US businesses to tap investment opportunities here in the UAE and see it as a gateway for global trade between the East and West. Currently, 232 US companies operate in the UAE, she said. US Ambassador Sapiro meanwhile stressed that the US is interested in stronger trade relations with the UAE, which she said is an important market for her country in the Middle East. Trade between the UAE and the US in the past decade grew 350% to reach $72 billion, according to Foreign Trade Ministry data. DP World said its container volumes rose an annual 10% in the third quarter, helped by growth in the UAE, Africa and the Americas. The world's third largest port operator said in a statement volumes in the quarter stood at 14.4 million 20-foot equivalent container units. This compares with 13.1 million TEUs a year earlier. Whilst uncertainty continues to affect the global economy, DP World's business continues to perform well, its CEO Mohammed Sharaf said. He added that despite tougher fourth quarter comparatives, the company can confirm its full-year operating profit guideline. Saudi Arabia's Capital Market Authority is weighing the possibility of opening the country's stock exchange to foreign investors as early as next year. Three bankers familiar with the matter told Bloomberg News. The market regulator is said to be working with banks to open up the Saudi equity market to foreign investors in the first quarter of 2012. Currently, the Saudi regulator lets no foreign non-Persian Gulf investors directly invest in Saudi shares. Saudi Arabia is thinking of opening its market to foreigners as it seeks to receive emerging market status by index compiler MSCI, just like the UAE, to attract a broader global investor base and provide its markets with more liquidity. The MSCI in June delayed its decision on whether to raise the UAE to emerging market status until December. Speaking of stock markets, Abu Dhabi-listed First Gulf Bank reported an 8% rise in third quarter profit, beating analyst estimates. The shares are up 2.8% today. With that, let's now look at the UAE stock indices as well as those from the GCC region. World business news. Germany and France are pressing Italy to do more to prevent the Eurozone from sliding into a recession and unleashing a new global financial crisis. But Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi's cabinet failed to agree on additional steps to spur economic growth and convince investors. Among other things, Berlusconi proposed to raise the retirement age from 65 to 67 years and wanted to present this idea at tomorrow's European Council meeting. But he failed to reach a compromise late Monday night with his political ally, the Northern League. Word even has it Berlusconi is under pressure to step down as prime minister. With 1.8 trillion euros, Italy has the euro region's second biggest debt load after Greece and is now in the spotlight to enact swift measures to spur growth as the country balances on a knife edge in facing the same fate as Greece. India's central bank, among the world's most aggressive central banks in fighting inflation, raised its interest rates for the 13th time since early 2010 today, but indicated it may soon be putting an end to its monetary tightening as growth slows and high inflation becomes less of a threat. The Reserve Bank of India raised its main lending rate by 25 basis points to 8.5% in line with market expectations. However, the RBI revised down its annual growth forecast to 7.6% from a previously estimated 8%. With growth in India seen slowing and inflation easing to 7% by year-end, the likelihood of a rate move at its next meeting is, quote, relatively low, the central bank said. Investors took comfort in the prospect that Indian interest rate increases may come to an end. Indian bond yields fell after the policy statement. Japan's number 2 car maker Nissan has unveiled plans to sell more electric vehicles, cut CO2 emissions, and develop more environmental technologies. Nissan already makes the world's first mass-produced electric vehicles, the Nissan Leaf. Now Nissan has another environmental plan. The car maker wants to expand the global market for electric vehicles. With its partner Renault, Nissan hopes to produce 1.5 million electric vehicles by 2016. The targets are ambitious, but Nissan is determined. It said it will spend 10% of its R&D budget on environmental technologies, as it seeks an 8% global market share. Also, Nissan will raise the ratio of recycled material in each car to 25%, and it hopes to boost battery capacity to 500,000 units a year.
We are also focused on developing lighter materials and optimizing vehicle structures to increase fuel efficiency. For example, we are developing the world's first ultra-high tensile strength steel and will adopt it in our vehicles from 2013.
Before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets, and after that we have the day's sports news for you.